So, welcome back to T Junction, Summer in the West End. I'm Tracy McLean Lowe, and I have again been up and around about on Eglinton Avenue West during this current summer revival of Little Jamaica. Now that most of the roadworks have gone, um, it's starting to come back to life and getting a lot of new businesses up there. One such little business is, oh, I had their card around here, is Culture Power Inc. They're based at 1388 Eglinton Avenue West, just east of, oh, sorry, just west of the new Cedarvale station that comes on the west side of the island. Walking down on the north side of Eglinton Avenue West, they're up there. And, well, I found them at the Toronto Patty Fest, where people were out and about having fun in the sunshine last weekend. And basically munching down on some great Jamaican patties. We've got a couple of outlets on the road, one of them being Shirley. She's just a little bit further up, crossing Oakwood Avenue, going towards Dufferin, near Times Road, I believe it is. And talking of businesses out there, we'll get back to that in a moment. What else they had out on the street, which is always so lovely, is to see people out on the street, not just people walking by, but artworks, selling posters and cultural artworks and cultural posters. There was a bounce of reggae music in the air, and it was in the afternoon we went up there, so there was definitely a smell of the Jamaican patties and the jerk chicken on their way. And, well, it all looked very festive. But I wanted to have a look at some of the available stores, the commercial real estate that was out there. But it's very boring to actually look at what they're doing. They're just empty stores, and some of them have lease signs in, and some are being prepared to be rented. And the one I did find was the barber shop on Eglinton Avenue West, also west of Oakwood Avenue before you get to Dufferin and before you get to Times Road. Is the old barber shop. They have now got Whalers Customs Tailor in there. Now, I'm not sure if they're going to still be continuing the barber. It was something I should have asked but didn't think of. I was so enamored by the old barber's chairs that they had in there. I didn't take much time to find out about what they were doing there, other than the custom tailors of men's and ladies' fashions, and they also do imported designer wear. Trying to find a Facebook page for them. They don't seem to have anything at the moment, and they have just moved in to this old store. Now, on the other cross the road, you've got Latina Dress. Now, Latina Dress has been at this site on Eglinton Avenue West for 47 years. They have gone through COVID. They have gone through 10 plus years of roadworks on Eglinton Avenue West, and he is still in there. Now, if my photography was better, I would have got better photographs than what I did get of his fashion lines inside. Now, they're what I'd call classic styles. The target market here is for people like myself, 40 plus, and it's kind of like one of those Cinderella moments. It's not a cheap fast fashion store. They have locally made fashions, or the furthest they're imported from is the USA, just slightly south of our borders. I'm not sure if they've got anything coming in from Mexico, but they do have our last fashion designer and manufacturing house as part of their collection in store. And they've got some really wonderful formal evening wear, some really lovely long dresses. There was one in a gold lace. Another was a rich burgundy long flowing dress, and they come with boleros. You know what us ladies are like after sort of like, they say 40 nowadays, but there's a lot trimmer people than me out there, so it's not all of us. But yeah, the ones that cover the arms or keep the arms warm on that slightly chilly, cooler evening, or at a cocktail event, or for weddings. Or if you're just looking to look more fashionable this weekend in church, They have that too in some really wonderful bright colors, the colors of the Caribbean. But again, it's that smart, classic styles that women over 40 tend to look good in. We can carry it off. Doesn't matter whether we're a size 10 or a size higher. We can carry it off. As I was walking home on Friday afternoon, I went down Reggae Lane. This was really nice to see the artwork. Now, this artwork has been in the lane, and it's hidden from view. It's one of those back lanes if you wander around the back trying to find a parking, or just a shortcut back down to Oakwood Avenue from Eglinton Avenue West. This is there. So it's kind of like hidden from view. And as I was wandering home, I found another one. This one is what was once a very blank and boring wall next to the beer store on Oakwood Avenue. And they've done this lovely artwork on the side. It really does. It brings such a highlight to the corner and such color to the neighborhood. That my point here is this artwork is beautiful. Why have we hidden it in a dark alley somewhere? It shouldn't be hidden away. And as part of the whole PSA thing, public services, I walked past our fire station. And granted, as per usual, my photography is, well, the photography came out fine. It just doesn't fit on the Zoom page very well. And they were actually, looked like they were getting ready to go out to a fire. I came back just before 2. And when I got home, of course, there was a fire flaring out in Etobicoke area. So I'm assuming they sent one or maybe more out to help, or maybe we had our own problems in the neighborhood. But with all the fires raging across the county, the provinces across Canada and elsewhere across the world, this is just a little bit of a shout out to our very, very brave fire and rescue personnel. And thank you for all the hard work. Keep up the good work. And yeah, thanks for being in our neighborhood. Now, that is it for me at the moment, summer in the West End, other than to say that as we're moving into redeveloping Little Jamaica, there are quite a few empty storefronts, retail storefronts, and even residential property above that is ready for lease or purchase. I could tell you, we could do with some really interesting little coffee shops. Or the Blue Mountain coffee, especially because that comes from Little Jamaica, or other coffees that come from Latina and the Caribbean countries that border on the Caribbean. That would be really nice to see, something a little bit more culturally preservational for the neighborhood. Let us keep it Little Jamaica. Let us keep it Little Caribbean. Let us be able to continue doing these wonderful things and bringing more of the West Indian food. There's a lot of that in the neighborhood as well. A little bit further up the street, there's a fish restaurant being refurbished. I'm hoping it'll come back as a fish restaurant. And while there are some various food markets in the stretch, we lost a fish market from the St. Clair Avenue West area. And there are a few retail businesses out on the Danforth who are now having to be moved over or be moved altogether because of the new Ontario line coming in. So if you're looking for a new place to be, there are some wonderfully open and available properties to lease in the area, and bringing a little bit of the Caribbean or whatever flavors you have that can blend in with the Caribbean theme up here in Little Jamaica, please come and take a look. But I'm not here to sell commercial real estate. Nobody's given me any sales commission on that. So that's me out for this week. And while you're walking through the rest of summer into winter, go down and find some of these funky shoes at Customs Inc. at 1388 Eglinton Avenue West, or find that party dress for the holiday seasons, or it's Labor Day soon. Is something happening this Labor Day weekend that you know of? Anniversaries. These are the outfits that are not going to break your bank account, but you're not going to find them at Walmart. You're not going to find them in the Gap. These are those outfits that we want to wear when we stop being Cinderella and cleaning out the hearth and the sweeping, and we want to dress up like Cinderella going to the ball. So that's it from me. Have a wonderful week. Signing out, I'm Tracy McLean Lowe, and this is T Junction's Summer in the West End.